Very cold. Freezing.
Very cold. Freezing.
The temperature outside is freezing.
Very cold. Freezing.
Very quick. Rapid.
Very quick. Rapid.
The rabbit made a rapid escape when it saw the fox.
Very quick. Rapid.
Very rainy. Pouring.
Very rainy. Pouring.
It's pouring outside, so bring an umbrella.
Very rainy. Pouring.
Very old. Ancient.
Very old. Ancient.
They found an ancient vase in the ruins.
Very old. Ancient.
Very quiet. Silent.
Very quiet. Silent.
The classroom was completely silent during the exam.
Very quiet. Silent.
Very little. Tiny.
Very little. Tiny.
Look at that tiny bird in the tree.
Very little. Tiny.
Very rich. Wealthy.
Very rich. Wealthy.
The wealthy businessman donated to the hospital.
Very rich. Wealthy.
Very smart. Intelligent.
Very smart. Intelligent.
Einstein was an intelligent scientist.
Very smart. Intelligent.
Very afraid. Terrified.
Very afraid. Terrified.
She was terrified of the thunderstorm last night.
Very afraid. Terrified.
Very large. Huge.
Very large. Huge.
The elephant is huge compared to others.
Very large. Huge.
Very funny. Hilarious.
Very funny. Hilarious.
That movie was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing.
Very funny. Hilarious.
Very excited. Thrilled.
Very excited. Thrilled.
I'm thrilled to see my favorite band perform tonight.
Very excited. Thrilled.
Very good. Excellent.
Very good. Excellent.
You did an excellent job on your project.
Very good. Excellent.
Very pretty. Beautiful.
Very pretty. Beautiful.
She wore a beautiful dress to the party.
Very pretty. Beautiful.
Very creative. Innovative.
Very creative. Innovative.
His innovative design won the competition.
Very creative. Innovative.
Very crowded. Bustling.
Very crowded. Bustling.
The streets were bustling with people during the festival.
Very crowded. Bustling.
Very cute. Adorable.
Very cute. Adorable.
That puppy is absolutely adorable.
Very cute. Adorable.
Very tired. Exhausted.
Very tired. Exhausted.
After the long hike, I felt completely exhausted.
Very tired. Exhausted.
Very ugly. Hideous.
Very ugly. Hideous.
The monster in the movie was hideous, with sharp teeth and glowing eyes.
Very ugly. Hideous.
Very warm. Hot.
Very warm. Hot.
It's so hot today that I need to drink plenty of water.
Very warm. Hot.
Very tasty. Delicious.
Very tasty. Delicious.
The pizza was delicious, with lots of cheese and fresh toppings.
Very tasty. Delicious.
Very dangerous. Threatening.
Very dangerous. Threatening.
The threatening storm caused the school to close early.
Very dangerous. Threatening.
Very dark. Lightless.
Very dark. Lightless.
The room was lightless, with no windows or lamps.
Very dark. Lightless.
very dear. Cherished.
Very dear. Cherished.
This book is cherished because it was a gift from my grandmother.
Very dear. Cherished.
Very risky. Perilous.
Very risky. Perilous.
Climbing without proper equipment is perilous.
Very risky. Perilous.
Very deep. Profound.
Very deep. Profound.
Her profound words made me think about life in a new way.
Very deep. Profound.
Very beautiful. Exquisite.
Very beautiful. Exquisite.
The sunset was exquisite, with vibrant colors across the sky.
Very beautiful. Exquisite.
Very bright. Luminous.
Very bright. Luminous.
The luminous stars lit up the night sky.
Very bright. Luminous.
Very careful. Cautious.
Very careful. Cautious.
She was cautious when crossing the busy street.
Very careful. Cautious.
Very fast. Quick.
Very fast. Quick.
The cat was quick to catch the mouse.
Very fast. Quick.
Very clever. Brilliant.
Very clever. Brilliant.
His brilliant solution to the problem impressed everyone.
Very clever. Brilliant.
Very clean. Spotless.
Very clean. Spotless.
The kitchen was spotless after she finished cleaning.
Very clean. Spotless.
Very cheap. Affordable.
Very cheap. Affordable.
The store sells affordable clothes that anyone can buy.
Very cheap. Affordable.
Very angry. Furious.
Very angry. Furious.
She was furious when she found out the truth.
Very angry. Furious.
Very busy. Overloaded.
Very busy. Overloaded.
She was overloaded with work and couldn't take on any more tasks.
Very busy. Overloaded.
Very accurate. Exact.
Very accurate. Exact.
The scientist provided the exact measurements for the experiment.
Very accurate. Exact.
Very bad. Atrocious.
Very bad. Atrocious.
The food at the restaurant was atrocious. We couldn't eat it.
Very bad. Atrocious.
Very calm. Serene.
Very calm. Serene.
The lake was serene in the early morning, with no one around.
Very calm. Serene.
Very charmed. Mesmerized.
Very charmed. Mesmerized.
She was mesmerized by the beauty of the sunset.
Very charmed. Mesmerized.
Very confused. Perplexed.
Very confused. Perplexed.
He was perplexed by the difficult math problem.
Very confused. Perplexed.
Very big. Enormous.
Very big. Enormous.
The enormous tree in the park is over 100 years old.
Very big. Enormous.
Very boring. Dull.
Very boring. Dull.
The lecture was dull and made everyone fall asleep.
Very boring. Dull.
Very empty. Desolate.
Very empty. Desolate.
The town was desolate after the storm, with no people in sight.
Very empty. Desolate.
Very evil. Wicked.
Very evil. Wicked.
The wicked witch cast a spell on the village.
Very evil. Wicked.
Very colorful. Vibrant.
Very colorful. Vibrant.
The painting was vibrant, full of bright colors.
Very colorful. Vibrant.
Very bad. Awful.
Very bad. Awful.
The food at the restaurant was awful. It was cold and tasteless.
Very bad. Awful.
Very upset. Distraught.
Very upset. Distraught.
She was distraught when she heard the bad news.
Very upset. Distraught.
Very hungry. Starving.
Very hungry. Starving.
After hiking for hours, I was starving and could eat an entire pizza.
Very hungry. Starving.
Very sharp. Keen.
Very sharp. Keen.
The knife is keen enough to cut through the thickest vegetables.
Very sharp. Keen.
Very shiny. Gleaming.
Very shiny. Gleaming.
Her new car looked gleaming in the sunlight.
Very shiny. Gleaming.
Very short. Brief.
Very short. Brief.
The meeting was brief, lasting only 10 minutes.
Very short. Brief.
Very brave. Courageous.
Very brave. Courageous.
The firefighter was courageous as he entered the burning building.
Very brave. Courageous.
Very fat. Obese.
Very fat. Obese.
The doctor said that being obese can cause health problems.
Very fat. Obese.
Very far away. Distant.
Very far away. Distant.
The mountain range looks distant from here, almost as if it's part of the sky.
Very far away. Distant.
Very dry. Parched.
Very dry. Parched.
The desert air was so parched that I needed water immediately.
Very dry. Parched.
Very hard. Difficult.
Very hard. Difficult.
The math problem was difficult, and I needed help to solve it.
Very hard. Difficult.
Very hard to find. Rare.
Very hard to find. Rare.
White tigers are rare animals, found only in a few parts of the world.
Very hard to find. Rare.
Very lazy. Indolent.
Very lazy. Indolent.
He's so indolent that he avoids doing any work around the house.
Very lazy. Indolent.
Very messy. Slovenly.
Very messy. Slovenly.
Her slovenly appearance showed that she hadn't bothered to clean up.
Very messy. Slovenly.
Very great. Terrific.
Very great. Terrific.
The concert was terrific, and the band played amazingly.
Very great. Terrific.
Very limited. Finite.
Very limited. Finite.
The natural resources on Earth are finite.
Very limited. Finite.
Very necessary. Essential.
Very necessary. Essential.
Water is essential for survival, so drink plenty every day.
Very necessary. Essential.
Very nervous. Apprehensive.
Very nervous. Apprehensive.
He was apprehensive about the job interview, unsure how it would go.
Very nervous. Apprehensive.
Very nice. Kind.
Very nice. Kind.
She was kind enough to help me carry my groceries.
Very nice. Kind.
Very noisy. Deafening.
Very noisy. Deafening.
The crowd's cheering was deafening during the football match.
Very noisy. Deafening.
Very painful. Excruciating.
Very painful. Excruciating.
The injury was excruciating, and I had to go to the hospital immediately.
Very painful. Excruciating.
Very worried. Distressed.
Very worried. Distressed.
She was distressed when she couldn't find her keys.
Very worried. Distressed.
Very hurt. Battered.
Very hurt. Battered.
After the fall, His arm was battered and bruised.
Very hurt. Battered.
Very important. Crucial.
Very important. Crucial.
It's crucial to study for the exam if you want to pass.
Very important. Crucial.
Very protective. Defensive.
Very protective. Defensive.
The mother was defensive of her children, always standing up for them.
Very protective. Defensive.
Very powerful. Compelling.
Very powerful. Compelling.
His speech was compelling, making everyone in the room listen intently.
Very powerful. Compelling.
Very proud. Honored.
Very proud. Honored.
He was honored to receive the award for his hard work.
Very proud. Honored.
Very sad. Sorrowful.
Very sad. Sorrowful.
She felt sorrowful after hearing the news of her friend's illness.
Very sad. Sorrowful.
Very slow. Sluggish.
Very slow. Sluggish.
The old car was sluggish and struggled to climb the hill.
Very slow. Sluggish.
Very serious. Grave.
Very serious. Grave.
The doctor's expression was grave when she discussed the test results.
Very serious. Grave.
Very strong. Forceful.
Very strong. Forceful.
His forceful personality made everyone listen to him.
Very strong. Forceful.
Very stupid. Idiotic.
Very stupid. Idiotic.
It was an idiotic decision to leave the door unlocked overnight.
Very stupid. Idiotic.
Very sure. Certain.
Very sure. Certain.
I'm certain we left the keys on the kitchen counter.
Very sure. Certain.
Very talented. Gifted.
Very talented. Gifted.
She is a gifted pianist, playing complex pieces with ease.
Very talented. Gifted.
Very tall. Towering.
Very tall. Towering.
The towering skyscraper could be seen from miles away.
Very tall. Towering.
Very thin. Gaunt.
Very thin. Gaunt.
The gaunt figure in the window looked like someone who hadn't eaten in days.
Very thin. Gaunt.
Very loose. Slack.
Very loose. Slack.
The slack rope made it difficult to climb, so we had to tighten it.
Very loose. Slack.
Very heavy. Leaden.
Very heavy. Leaden.
The leaden clouds promised a storm was coming.
Very heavy. Leaden.
Very weak. Frail.
Very weak. Frail.
The frail old man needed help to cross the street.
Very weak. Frail.
Very eager. Keen.
Very eager. Keen.
The children were keen to go to the amusement park.
Very eager. Keen.
Very high. Soaring.
Very high. Soaring.
The eagle was soaring high above the mountains.
Very high. Soaring.
Very clear. Obvious.
Very clear. Obvious.
It was obvious that she was lying.
Very clear. Obvious.
Very hot. Sweltering.
Very hot. Sweltering.
The sweltering heat made it impossible to stay outside for long.
Very hot. Sweltering.